So the Tripwire offer, it's when you finally make that offer and ask for the sale. And the goal of a good Tripwire, we're going to get into what makes a good Tripwire offer, is to make it irresistible for them. So it's that thing that just helps them say,
I'm interested. I believe in what these people do.
Here's my credit card.
Yep.
You got me. And I'm in. You're listening to Gray's Cast, a show that shares the secrets to selling perishable food products online. The show and advice is brought to you by the team at Seven Sons, which is an 8-figure e-commerce business that started completely from scratch. Each episode, we bring you one topic, 3 strategies, and one tangible resource to continue your learning and put you on the fast track in your own e-commerce journey. Let's begin. Are you ready? We'll go live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've been working on is it radio voice? Is that what it is?
Yeah, so you got to breathe deeper.
Yeah, so we're learning.
Don't talk through your nose, talk through your chest. Your
Chest.
throat.
All right, got it. We're ready for this. Welcome back to another episode of Gray's Cast, the show where we share direct marketing secrets and advice to help farmers and food producers sell online and grow their business more effectively. Blaine, are you ready for another episode?
Yes, ready.
What are we talking about today?
Building an effective tripwire, which is actually really important. We'll talk about the reasons for that, but maybe, Brooks, you can give a little bit of context into kind of the customer journey and the funnel that would lead a visitor to your website or a subscriber to the point in which they need a tripwire.
You bet. So I actually have a slide pulled up from a presentation where we go deeper into this whole topic and really kind of that full journey that someone goes through from being a complete stranger to deciding to make a first purchase to support your business.
Think about it kind of like a relationship. You get to know somebody, you're single, you're just out there.
Yes.
Yeah, describe that.
It's just the matter.
It's been a long time since
Okay, I'll give this a go. Stop talking, please. So basically, when someone first finds out about your business, they're a complete stranger, correct? They're not going to buy right away. It's just the way it is. We'd love them to. There's plenty of people who are aware of Seven Sons who've never purchased from Seven Sons. Maybe they never will. Maybe some will in the future. So there's a decision-making process that people go through to decide to become a customer, okay? Yeah. Same thing with relationships, right? When you first met your spouse, probably did not ask for marriage on that first meeting, correct?
No.
Okay, there's a process that you go through, right? Maybe the first step is to ask for the phone number. Maybe a lot of times that's what it is. And you go on a first date, there's this dating process. Then the big question is marriage. So that's like asking for the purchase in this world.
Yeah.
So
if you're a business, so the first time you meet somebody, too many times, and when we started our business too, we didn't kind of get that journey process, and we're literally asking for marriage at day
Very common mistake. I see this a lot of time on social media accounts where the business is always posting, here's this product, here's that one, buy now. And if you're only ever talking about those things, people will just tune you out as noise.
Yeah.
So part of that, what does that decision-making process look like then? So, so typically, people are going to start out obviously as a complete stranger. So the first thing that you need to do is to build awareness, right? With as many people as you possibly can. Yeah. And ideally with people who are in your ideal market, people are more likely to be interested in the products that you offer. A lot of strategies that you can do to try to target those people. And then once you help them become aware of you, you need to help them gain interest in what you're doing. So that's where it comes into helping tell your story. You can do this, through a number of different tools, your website, email marketing.
You're investing in the relationship at this point,
Correct.
Building trust.
Telling them more about what you do, why you do it, why it matters, and why they should care.
Yeah.
Okay.
And reminding them of the pain points that you can solve.
Correct.
The pains.
Eventually, and you probably have leads or potential customers right now who are in this stage, but eventually everyone gets to that stage where they're almost ready. Okay, they're interested they like what you do, they're almost ready.
They're just waiting for the proposal.
Exactly. So imagine they're at the edge of the diving board, right? They're about ready to leap off. So the Tripwire offer is exactly that. It's when you finally make that offer and ask for the sale. And the goal of a good Tripwire, we're going to get into what makes a good Tripwire offer, is to make it irresistible for them. So it's that thing that just helps them say,
I'm interested. I believe in what these people do.
Here's my credit card.
Yep.
You got me. And I'm in. So,
Yeah,
because again, and this is, everyone goes through this process because the only person who has risk in the business transaction is the customer. It's the first time that they're actually taking risk. They enjoyed learning more about what you do, but to make that first purchase and buying decision, they're having to take a risk and invest in you, especially if you're selling products online, right? They don't even get to, have the product right away or the result right away.
Yeah.
They got to put that trust into you and that you're going to fulfill on that promise.
Yep. So we have really, there's 7 aspects or secrets of a good Tripwire offer. And this is more related to if you're in the food business. So should we start just one by one, Brooks? Maybe?
Let's do it. So number 1 is to remove the choices. Okay. So this is about getting rid of analysis paralysis and what we call decision fatigue.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're selling online, if you're building a business similar to what we've built at Seven Sons, someone gets to your online store and for sevensons.net, there's a lot of different options,
There's like
right?
400 SKUs.
Yeah, it can be very overwhelming if you're making that first purchase. We do this, it's a good thing, because if you give your customers, and again, that loyal customer base you have, more things to buy from you, then typically they buy
Revenue
more.
goes up. That's
Great. Have a diversified product
but
offering.
It's not good for a brand new customer who's trying
No.
to decide, well, what do I'm overwhelmed, right?
No.
So how do we solve that with a Tripwire?
A lot of people are making, again, this is unfamiliar to them. We're even getting customers who, don't spend much time at home cooking and things like that. So they dip. This is an intimidating area of nowhere to start.
Yeah.
So basically what we do is we have a follow-up email series once someone's been added to our email list. And we send out a very basic email that says, hey, and again, we know this person's never bought from us before. And we say, hey, we know that browsing an online store with such a diverse offering can be overwhelming. So here's our suggestion for you. And we present to them the Tripwire offer.
Our Tripwire offer, we call it our best of farm box. Mm-hmm. And that's literally what it is. We curate the very
best of the best, our most popular products. That's how we communicate it. And we're going to get into it in a little more detail, exactly what. And
it's interesting, now that I think about this, Brooks, before we had a Tripwire offer, the best of the farm box that we presented to everyone, or not everyone, but the right people at the right time, before we had this, we would get customers that would email and call and say, what do you recommend me starting with? We don't get that question anymore because they're in the workflow. They get the email at the right time, and we tell them, here's what you start with. It's the best of the farm box.
You know where we do get that question?
Where?
In the farm store.
Yes.
Because we don't have a Tripwire offer out there. It's the retail experience, and we don't have the tools to be able to communicate that.
Yep.
But we are making the exact same suggestions. Well, here's what people like. Here are the most
Here's
popular.
kind of our best farm.
Easiest things to cook.
Yep.
And that's what we've done with this best farm box. So that pretty much leads into number 2.
But then the I guess the objection to that, Brooks, is we're talking to other farms and marketers, but I thought people want variety. Even if they're buying for the first time, don't they want some variety? Mm-hmm. And so, but you're saying just give them one. You don't show them 3, 4, 5. No, just one offer.
Yes.
Your best offer, your Tripwire offer.
Super simple.
So how do we handle the variety thing? People want variety, yes?
Yes. So our Tripwire offer is an actual bundle with variety inside
best of farm
the bundle.
box, as we mentioned.
One product, variety inside the bundle.
Yeah.
So that way they get to sample the most popular cuts, the different options we have to sell. So there's chicken in there, beef, pork. It gives them a great
so there's
variety.
where a good Tripwire offer, a good Tripwire offer has a variety. So maybe an example of a bad Tripwire offer would be a 10-pack of ground beef. Yes, it's valuable. Do people use it? Yes, but it's not.
Yeah. So things to avoid here. Do not.
Yeah.
A Tripwire offer is not your discount items or things that you're long on in inventory. Okay?
Yeah, do the want.
Yeah, okay.
A 10-pack of liver, a 10-pack of beef liver.
Yeah, that's how that comes across.
Yeah. So not a time to discount products.
Yep.
These are your very highly desirable products. So for us, Brooks, in the best of farm box, as an example, we include filet mignon, and we list that at the top. So now the perceived value of this box just went way up because the first thing I read was a filet mignon, chicken breast, bacon.
I'm pulling it up now.
I think we have our gourmet ground beef in there. What else do we have?
Yeah, pretty good memory. Did you say bacon-infused burgers? Those are in there.
Yes.
Sugar-free pork bacon, bone-in chops, boneless skinless chicken breast, chicken wings, wild-caught salmon. So there's a fillet in there. So again, what we're doing is we're letting them try everything because we want to get them exposed to the different categories we have to offer, which makes it more likely that they will cross-shop through those different products that we have to offer.
Yes. Okay, so that handles built-in variety. So that's the first 2 kind of secrets of the Tripwire offer. Remove the choices. So just figure out what your one Tripwire offer is going to be, but make sure it has built-in variety. So number 3, Brooks, would be what I call the wow factor. And we really kind of covered that already by talking about our bundle, but it needs to feel like this is irresistible. These are great products. And I'm in. It's got to have that wow factor. It doesn't pass the wow test, then you need to change the bundle. So, and this is something to test. See how it does over time. But
an easy thing, especially if you're listening to your Grace Cart client, pull up the product sales report, look at this over time. What are the most popular cuts? Very easy to do. So this is great if you have
it's not rocket science. What are people buying?
Yep.
They got the holy trinity of meat sales with ground beef, chicken breast, and bacon.
Leave personal options out of it. Not what you like. You might like the more exotic things, but make it easy for your customer and choose what's most popular.
Okay, and then 4th, this needs to be budget friendly. So this is not a $500 or even a $300 offer. What we find, Brooks, is that most people, the research we've done, they're going to the grocery store and they're spending, when people buy food, they're in the mindset of they really don't spend more than $100 to $150 at one given time on average. So try to stay in that range. Because when you get outside that range, when it's out of the psychological norm that I just don't spend this much money on food at one time, and if you get above that $150 into the $200 range, that's generally when it becomes a 2-person decision. So husband and wife need to talk about it before they spend that much. And so if you're triggering that committee meeting about whether we buy this or not, you're just making the buying decision harder. So we try to keep our Tripwire offers. At one time we had it at $95. I think we're back up to $149 for the Best of Farm box. We've changed it a little bit.
You got to think about this whole strategy as really it's well, other industries do this. It's the free sampling, right? You go to Costco, there's someone behind a booth who's representing a brand, telling the story, and they're providing a free sample to try to get that purchase. So again, you gotta make sure it's budget friendly. Obviously in that medium, they're doing free samples. Here where we're selling product online, we got shipping. We gotta make sure this is still something that's profitable and something that we can do. But what we did is we looked at what our average order size was and bumped a little bit below that as well. So thinking about that research of what people typically spend, but also then look at what's your average order size, because it might be a little bit different for you. So for us, that ended up around $160 is where we arrived at the Best of Farm. It's evolved over time. I think when we first launched it was at $99. We've added a few new products in there, so it's bumped that up a little bit.
Make it budget friendly.
Our average order size is $200, so again, we're bumping below that.
Yep, and then the 5th little secret here is just keep it kitchen friendly. Is it easy to prep? Like, make sure you're including items that is very difficult for your customers to mess up, because this is their first experience. You want to eliminate any possible failures in the kitchen, and you want it to be products that's easy to cook, so they're more likely to use it faster and experience it quicker. So
not beef liver, huh?
No, not beef liver. Yeah, even things like roast are things people can mess up. We provide the steaks, filet mignon, so most tender, most recognizable cuts.
If you've been direct marketing very long, you get customers who call in and have a complaint about a certain cut, didn't turn out how they wanted, and a lot of times you're questioning, okay, is this a cooking, is this a preparation issue? And just think about what are the cuts that you hear that the least on. You're probably going to you're not going to hear that very often on bacon. Overfried the bacon.
And people know how to, they know how to work with chicken breast. They know how to cook a burger. Pretty forgivable products in the kitchen. So keep them kitchen friendly. So don't get too creative with them, and come up with a recipe list that people have to follow to use it. So
before we move on to the last 2 points, can we do the Grace Cart Spotlight on this episode?
This is new.
We've been talking about doing this for a while, but something we wanted to do is, we know a lot of you listening to us may be current Grace Cart clients, maybe you're not, but what we wanted to do on this show is take some time to share appreciation to those of you who are supporting us through the platform. And we're going to do that by, number one, what we're going to do is we're going to pull out a Google review, our latest Google review. And what we're going to do is we're going to send that person a prize. So
So in order for me to be a candidate to get that prize.
Since this is new, so if you want to participate, we'll probably do it, I don't know, maybe every other episode. We might do it every episode, depending on how this comes across. But what we'll do is we'll just pick out our favorite Google review, or maybe it's a podcast review on the podcast, wherever you want to leave a review to anything that we do. Let us know your transparent feedback, and we're going to pick a review and read that here on the episode. And you're going to get, we decided, I think, a book. So
this is a Grace Cart review. So
Grace Cart.
look up Grace Cart on Google and click on the Google
gracecart.com.
business listing. Yeah, and do a review on that.
So the review we pulled out here is from Darren. Darren says, our farm has been selling pasture-raised meats for over 20 years in Southwest Michigan. After years of looking for the right online shopping cart to help us continue to grow, we chose Grace Cart. Honestly, it was after trying another option, but soon realizing that instead of the system working for us, we were having to find workarounds for the system. In less than a week, we're able to get our Grace Cart shopping cart up and running with over 100 different products and a dozen pickup locations. The team has been extremely helpful and quick to respond to any questions. I'm looking forward to learning more about how we can grow with Grace Cart and continue to build local food system. Darren, thanks for leaving the review. We know that takes time. We appreciate your support. You're going to pick out the book that Darren gets.
Ooh, Story Brand.
That was on my mind too, so you read it. Darren, we're going to go ahead. Someone's going to reach out to you. You're going to get a copy of Story Brand. That book made a huge impact on our business.
Anyone we recommend to that reads it, whether they're even in marketing or not, it really changes how you see marketing
Game changer.
in the world around you. So.
If you want to participate in the Grace Cart Spotlight, be sure, go ahead, leave a Google review, leave a review on this show, and we'll pick out another review here on a future episode. So,
okay. All right, back to the list, Brooks.
Yep.
We're at number 6. We just covered kitchen friendly. Now we're moving to what we call fee free. So that means if you have, and we were like this several years ago, Brooks, we had a delivery fee on all orders. It wasn't much. It was $9.99, I think, a delivery fee flat on all orders.
Yep.
No matter what the size was. But when we sent that email featuring the Tripwire Offer, the Best of Farm Box, we also included a coupon for $9.99 and said, and this coupon will cover your delivery fee when you buy this item. So we remove, again, you're just trying to remove the barrier. So you want this Tripwire Offer to be free of any fees, any deposits, any convenience fees. Just wipe those out at least for that offer.
I call this objection slaying. So you're getting rid of all of the objections that your customers would have before making that first purchase. So again, this comes back to knowing who your customer is. What's that feedback that you're getting from them? We knew that an objection for people shopping online is having to pay for delivery fees. Yeah. So that was the inspiration behind the coupon. Let's remove every last barrier that we can to still affordably, present this Tripwire Offer to our customers, and it's effective. I think you'll find it works.
Yeah. So keep it fee free, and one reason, Brooks, that we probably raised our Tripwire Offer from 95 to 100 to over 149 is because that's where our free delivery threshold kicks in. So now it's like, as a customer, it's like, oh, cool, this great deal. It's a savings, and it's also $149, which will get me qualified for free home delivery. So, all right, lastly, Brooks, at the end of the day, you do need to take some time with this and make sure it's priced right. And ideally, it's still a profitable product for you. This is something you want to sell a lot of, and so we'd encourage you to price it so it's profitable. And again, pricing is it's a really holistic picture where you're making sure that your individual retail pricing is at a very healthy point so that you can afford to have Tripwire Offers and offer a savings when people do this. So keep it profitable for you as the
this is the icing in the cake last point, basically.
Yeah, right.
You can decide maybe to subsidize that Tripwire Offer if that's something you want to do for a marketing strategy, if you feel like that works. We don't feel like it's necessary for our business, so it's icing on the cake to continue to make sure that this is building a business that we need, and we're not attracting a budget addictive type shopper.
Yes.
So we're not going to be putting things out there that really incentivize someone to financially make that first purchase, because is that really going to inspire them to come
50%
back?
off.
Yeah. No. We're not doing that. As soon as someone lands on our website, they don't get a free coupon to sign our email list.
Now, someone, Brooks, who is probably, it's on the background here of the podcast, but this is just kind of an example of a company that pretty much has mastered the Tripwire Offer, and success leaves clues. Free bacon for life. We all know who's done that. ButcherBox, and like them or love them.
You're not going to argue that they're not successful, and success does leave clues.
Yes, exactly.
And by how often I get the ad on Facebook, free bacon for life, it must be working.
They've used it for years, absolutely years. So that's an example, Brooks. That covers every one of these 7 points of what a Tripwire is. Everyone loves bacon. So
even the profitability side, because they're obviously building it into a subscription model where they can offer it as a built-in free option.
And it's simple, easy to understand. So. That wraps it up.
It
Brooks.
does. That's perfect. So I like this episode. Hopefully you did as well.
Go,
Give ourselves a cheer.
go create a pat on the back here.
Yeah.
Go create
Humble
your
brag.
Go, yeah. If you don't have a Tripwire offer, it's a good move. You'll start seeing results from it right away. This is one of those things, Brooks, that you can literally implement today.
If you have a Tripwire offer and maybe you've gone through one of our presentations on this, let us know in the comments wherever you're listening, watching this below. Send a link to that Tripwire offer to help inspire some other folks as well to continue to brainstorm for this.
Awesome.
So,
This is fun.
if you enjoyed the episode here and some of the insights that were shared, be sure to let us know and hit the subscribe button if you want to catch us next time we release a future episode.
Cool.
So, thanks, Blaine. We'll see you guys soon.